Are we harmonizing? La. Skillity ba ba da ba bow.
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, I think that was pretty damn good.
Just one note.
But it
was
was
baby steps.
Yeah.
By the end of the summer, we'll be in our own a cappella group.
We can't be good at everything the first try, no matter how much we want it.
Yeah. And I think a big part of being able to harmonize properly is being able to sing in the first place.
That's actually like such a good point, and I'm really happy that you've brought that on the table today.
Every once in a while, I just get really, I just feel really happy and satisfied that like none of our close friends can really sing.
Yeah.
Like if they could really sing, I would be resentful of them probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if like Farron was just like super good at singing, I'd be pissed off. But we're all like baseline.
It would make car rides way less fun.
Yeah, because it's like,
or maybe,
now I'm competing.
or maybe they would be a good base, and we can do whatever
and
the
we
fuck
would like know what like good
feels
singing
right to us.
like.
Yeah, and then it'd be like, oh my god, that was so much fun, and they're just like in pain because they had to like listen to all of us.
Yeah, it wouldn't be fun for them, and it wouldn't be fun for us.
Yeah.
So
thank God.
Thank the freaking heavens.
Speaking of the heavens, Ron and Farron just saw the Pope.
Yeah.
Our friends are actively hanging out with the Pope, and we're in my basement. Those are the two parallels of our gap year.
Yeah, this is the second podcast we're recording in 3 days.
Yep.
And they were so close to the Pope. Oh my God.
I didn't even know you could get that close. But
Literally.
the Pope is...
He makes exceptions for them or something,
Yeah.
I guess. Whatever.
For us Canadians.
It's 30 degrees.
Yeah, it's freaking hot.
I did not know
and
it was supposed to be 30 degrees today.
And I'm like, I didn't know it got this hot, like, already before June.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, the summer's running out. Like, it's already been hot for, like, 2 weeks. Like, we only have, like, a month left. But I'm like, it's not even June yet.
Yeah.
It's June tomorrow, though. And that's also scary.
Pride Month.
Yeah.
Should
Should I put up a little pride flag?
Oh, we should.
And then take it down the second the month is over. I think that's a good call.
Corporate, whatever it's called.
The Nutrien Children's Festival made a post being like shouting out the rainbow tent and being like,
good.
Like, they are a part of our festival. You can come if you want.
Yeah.
Like,
don't tell other
also
people
because
not to.
it's not just like a out Saskatoon like information thing about like pamphlets and stuff. It was a drag queen reading, and that's where they draw the fucking line.
Yeah. Heaven forbid your kids get read to by someone who looks sick as hell.
Or someone with makeup and wigs on. It's like, that's not something you haven't seen before. Have you ever seen Mrs. Doubtfire, dude?
Yeah, I'm sure you love that movie.
I don't know. If you guys haven't heard about that, you definitely have. But
if you live in our city.
If you live in our English is what
I could sing that whole song right now if you wanted me to.
A superintendent of education at the Greater Catholic Schools Division in Saskatoon sent out an email to every elementary school principal.
So Catholic and public.
Really? Public too?
I thought so.
I thought it was just Catholic.
Oh, maybe.
Because he's like the Catholic school superintendent, so I just assume.
Okay.
But so also that means that one of the principals sent it out.
Yeah.
Which I'm like,
which is good.
There's
at least one of you.
Yeah. Saying that, because apparently, also didn't know that like elementary schools were like invited to this Nutrien Children's Festival, but apparently, they were like, if you're planning on doing a field trip to the Nutrien Children's Festival or any classes that may be going, please inform them that the Rainbow Tent, hosted by Out Saskatoon, will not be a part of their visit. Because also, how does that happen? You, as a principal, gather all teachers who may be going and say, tell your students not to go to this one place. Like, does that not just display weakness? Like, that you guys were against that shit.
What do you think is going to happen?
Because also,
actually, what do you think is going to happen?
the original post I, like, sent out like to you guys and being like, wait, what the fuck, this is real, was like, this email goes against like so many of their values that are like on the Catholic school website.
Yeah, they literally they took from their website. It was like, I can't remember the exact word.
It said like against bullying.
Yeah, and like tolerance. It was talking about tolerance. And then the people who posted that were like, oh.
So this is just a direct contradiction. And like I was scrolling through the comments just to see if anyone I knew was in there and like saying the opposite of what I wanted to hear. Yeah. And there's a lot of people being like talking about like discrimination of like Catholic and Christian people, being like and
is
like,
this discrimination in the room right now? Yeah.
And being like, people are like make jokes about like Christianity and talk about how they don't want that anywhere near their families. So what if we just don't want like drag near our families or queer people near our families? And which like to play devil's advocate, I can see what they're saying, but obviously they're not,
like surface
they're just confused.
Level. Yeah, surface level I can see how you make that connection, but like if you think about it,
it's like,
if you think about the long-term effects of both of those things, only one is like actually detrimental to children and teaches them like things that make them hate themselves.
Literally. Because also the jokes about Christianity is like people like do force that on Christianity. They do force Christianity on people. Fucking Jehovah's Witnesses going door to door and
it's
stuff.
Like forcing it on children, making children think their like feelings are bad.
Yeah.
Or
also,
that
a Christian school, a Catholic school, you have to take Catholic studies your like entire elementary and high school life. There isn't like a queer school that's like you must be gay or I'm fucking kicking you out of here.
If we're lucky, like the one sex ed class we have in all of high school might touch on like not just heterosexual relationships. If we're lucky. In a public school. So it's actually not an issue, and you're just scared of funny people in makeup.
Things you don't know. You're just scared of things you don't know and new things. Also, like, they are literal children. They would go to this tent and get a book read to them by someone in drag and be like, oh, I've never seen a drag queen before. I didn't know this was an option for me. Cool.
Also, like, it's just like a kid. Thing. Yeah, I know. It's just a kid being like, ooh, fun colors. I get read a book.
You're wearing makeup. That's so cool.
I almost guarantee you there will be no views being pushed on them in that tent. Probably just a regular book. And they just are in the presence of someone.
Exactly, like that's enough.
Yeah.
But the fucking Bible is like not preached enough. I don't know. Every time I'm like, I think I'm too harsh on Christians and like the church. Yeah. And then they do shit like this and I'm like, I don't know who to trust.
No.
I was gonna say one other thing about drag, about children.
Sorry guys, I just have an Italian song stuck in my
head. Oh yeah. I was gonna say also, like, it's funny to imagine. You okay? Oh. It's funny to imagine how, in some alternate universe, how would that go of a drag queen forcing like the LGBT community? How would you force that?
The same way they force heterosexuality. Already. True. Like in the if it was complete roles reversed, then it would be them being like, you can't date outside your gender.
True.
That's insane. But then if you think about that, you're like, that's ridiculous. And because it is, because that's what they're doing and that's ridiculous.
Okay.
But they're not doing that. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They're not saying you can't.
And so you're not welcome here unless you are gay.
Yeah. They're just like, hey, you're chill no matter what. Just don't be mean to us.
Literally, just
all it takes.
Have also like, it's just not what they're doing at all. No. It's a children's festival. They aren't gonna.
Actually, not deep at all. Like, there should not be any. We shouldn't have to talk about this.
No.
But we have to because we are the community voice. We're the voice of the community.
This is like airs on radio stations and stuff. But speaking of airing on things, I was thinking to Taryn, but she didn't know I was thinking this, that if Taryn becomes a famous director, or when Taryn becomes a famous director,
wishful thinking,
this podcast is gonna get you canceled.
For what?
Something you have said, I'm sure your words will get twisted.
For what?
Talking
what do you think?
Threat, or like definitely the killing yourself comment. I think
that's just me though. That's just I'm not trying to kill anyone else. That would be funny. Like 20, 30 years or whatever. There's like, wow, found this from when she was.
I think you know who Taryn is.
Yeah.
Little does she know that she's manipulated her TikTok audience to feel bad for her.
Yeah. What else? What else could there be? I am afraid of my digital footprint.
Oh yeah.
It's just too fun.
It's just too risky and silly, and she's living life on the edge.
But if I just keep everything on a separate email that I don't give out for professional stuff, then it's fine. And just don't put stuff under my name, then it's fine.
Did I say in the last one how my credit card got stolen? Okay. Well, I got a charge. It was just like, let me read what it said. But I got an alert from BMO saying, BMO security alert, hook flies $0, May 24th, 2023 on credit card. And it is how my credit card ended. And I was like, oh, so this is real? Go, was this yours? I said no. And they go, thank you, your account has been restricted. I was like, all right. This was, it was at like 11 p.m. And I was like, I wanted to go to bed. And now I have to talk to someone. And so I looked it up, like this hook flies thing. And the guy at BMO was like, it's a restaurant. And I was like, okay. It still wasn't me. I looked it up and it was just like a scammer who they use like low charges to figure out if the card works or not. And then if it does work, then they'll charge a bigger card. But since BMO was on that and they recognized that it was a common charge, it got canceled and it wasn't even any money. But it did freak me out a little bit because I was like, what would I have done where someone could have like taken the code from, obviously it was like a hacker and they just like took it from something. But anyways, that was like a week ago and I still don't have my new credit card and I'm pissed off because now I can't spend money I don't have.
Yeah.
And
I'd be fucked.
Yeah.
Literally. I'd have to take out so much cash.
I know. It's like, and now I'm like, okay, what does this affect? What if I like put down a deposit for on my credit card that's gonna come back and bite me and I'm gonna get arrested or something?
Yeah, because you put down, but you said you paid for stuff.
Yeah,
though. You didn't just put down deposits.
No, but
so, yeah, but if you would have just put down a deposit, then it would have charged to that one.
Yeah,
and it might have been a problem.
I don't know if they like if the card. Say I book a campsite under a credit card, and then, because like they keep your card on file, but what if, or no, not a campsite. Let's say a hotel, because they take a deposit and then the rest of it when you get there. So what if when I get there, I guess I just pay with a different card.
I mean, if you explain it, then you just, I'm putting a different card. Or if you, like, have the information from your old card to be like, this was me. Yeah. But here's the story.
Here's a different me. Basically, it was the first time I had to do that. I've lost many debit cards, but I haven't had to lose a credit card. I've lost, like, 3 times. I've had to replace my debit card in the last, like, 3 years.
I only thought it was, like, once.
No.
Did Carson have to once?
I have no idea. Well, the first time was because I lost my wallet, and it was underneath my passenger seat in the car, which was really embarrassing because... But also, I'm like, I got someone else to help me look for it, so it's not just my fault. But Cash and I were vacuuming the car, like, a month later. I got a new driver's license, and I got a new debit card. And then she was like, it's just right here. And then, second time, I left it in someone else's car, and I asked them, I said, is my wallet in your car? And then they said no. And I was like, okay, fuck, I lost it again. That was like 2 months later. I was like, okay, fine, I'll get a new debit card and I'll get a new driver's license. And then a week later, they were like, your wallet was in my car. I was like, hey. It's like, give me $25 for me having to buy a new license.
For being pissed off.
Literally. But I haven't had to do it since.
Yeah, knock on wood. I can't believe that happens to you and not to me. I can't believe that's never happened to me. Knock on wood. That just seems like something that would happen to me, and then you would make fun of me for it.
Yeah.
But
look how the
tables have turned.
Look how the cookie crumbles. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Are crazy. new crumble cookie in Saskatoon.
Now this is news.
It is.
Where is it? What is it?
What? It's in Brighton.
What's the deal with crumble cookies?
The little shoulder bells.
Hey.
It's in like Brighton Mall. It's the fucking Calgary part of Saskatoon. I hate it so much.
That's funny. Just so you know, that was funny. Thank you. That's why I laughed.
But it opened like last week, like 2 weeks ago or something, and wow. And I know for like I just knew that like the lineups outside on like the first opening nights were insane, like down the block.
For
and like
cookies?
Yeah, because it's the second location in Canada. And these are $6 cookies, so we want to know what the deal is. And so yesterday, as a joke, I was like, Kieran, should we go to Crumble? And he was like, do you actually want to? I was like, kind of. And then we went, and there was only like a 4-person lineup outside, and I was like, okay, fine. And I knew that it was kind of like scary vibes in here because it's just like minimalist, like
the shop,
like an easy bake oven that come to life, you know. That's actually so true. But first off, there's a worker outside, like, that opens the door and says, like, okay, you can come in now, or, like, opens the door when people are leaving. So their job is to literally, like, stand and look inside and wait for the person to be ready to go, and then they'll let them out and be like, okay, you can come in now.
It's so scary.
It is so scary. And everyone there is, like, under the age of 20. Are you okay? Everyone there is under the age of 20. And a lot of them look the exact same. They're all just, like, white people, and they look kind of scary. Yeah. And then you walk in, and it's, like, it's a pretty small space, but it's, like, the counter. And then they have this big, long, like, what looks like it would be, like, a...
ice cream?
Yeah, like, it's kind of like that sort of window. But it's, like, super
like
long,
thing.
And there's nothing there. There's no people there. There's a big jar of brown sugar, a big jar of flour, and a big jar of something else. But those are, like, that's, like, on the wall, and down, like, on this bar, there's just nothing. It's just white. And then right on the cashier, it's a guy with a platter of cookies, just, like, at the cashier. And, like, those are just the kind they have today. And they don't have, like, names or anything, so I was like, what kinds are these? And he, like, did his little pitch, and, like, that guy was the most normal guy we talked to.
That's why
but he was
the one
like,
he talks to.
Yeah. But then, he was, oh, my tummy. And then he was like, I would say, like, probably not go for just chocolate chip because it's, like, boring. But he was like, I'd go for, like, these ones because they're more fun. But I don't like when, like, sugary shit is just too much. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'd eat a peanut butter cookie right now. And so we got a peanut butter cookie. And you order it, and then you go to the side. And there's
How big are they? For $6.
I'd say this big.
That's not.
Yeah, they're probably that big.
That's not $6 worth.
They are pretty, like, thick.
Okay.
I will say. But what happens is that you go to the side.
To lean back so bad.
Well, put the pillow behind you. It'll slip down.
Strip that down.
You go to the side, and there's a big, like, TV screen of the orders because you can pick up there. You can place an order for pickup. And as you're waiting there, there's, like, you can see the workers, like, going, like, they go back, and they're, like, all working hard. There's, like, 6 of them, and they're, like, freaking out. And then one of them comes up and is like, order for, like, Kieran? And we're like, yeah. And then they have this little box with our one cookie in it. And then they have to open it and be like, 1 peanut butter cookie, and, like, so you can see it. And then you have to be like, yeah, okay. And they're like, okay, have a great evening. And the girl who talked to us looked like she was crying. Like, I knew she was, like, not happy. Like, she was having a day. And I was like, thank you.
They've been open for, like, 3 days.
I know. And then the employee had to, like, escort us out and was like, have a great day as well. And I was like, there's so many of you. And you're all talking to me. And it's so white in here. And I'm so scared. So I never want to go back there again.
Okay.
It's okay for the experience.
I will never go back there with you. So.
Okay.
So we can do that together.
And we had the peanut butter cookie, and I was like, this is just a peanut butter cookie. It was good. I'm not gonna say it's bad.
For $6, you could make 3
100. You can make so many peanut butter cookies for, I don't even know.
The markup on that place? Also, why did they choose Saskatoon for the second?
Because that's exactly what Kieran asked. And I was like, I have heard that we are like have a pretty big like food and beverage market, like comparable to Toronto and Vancouver.
Because there's nothing else to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, like other places cite as like tourists. Like there's no.
Yeah, there's nothing to like.
You go on the
here.
tourism Sask website, it makes me so sad. Like, thank you for trying.
I want to skate one again. Hey, sorry, want to skate one is cool, but I can't believe you're going to freaking Iceland in 2 days.
Yeah, me too. I have to like pack, but I also like can't pack yet because I still need my stuff, and I have to go to Shoppers and get a new moisturizer.
And
I have to fly with Air Canada.
Yeah. You are brave for that.
Yeah. I have such long layovers, which I'm like, oh, such long layovers, but then I'm like, okay, just download movies and you'll be fine. And also, that is so much better because my flight could get delayed 3 hours and I would still have 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
Like, both times, I think. It's like 6-hour layover and then 2-hour layover on the way back, too.
Oh,
so, like,
fine.
I'm gone. I'm just traveling for way longer than I need to be. But also, I love the Toronto airport.
You do.
Well, I love airports.
I love airports.
Let's rank the airports we've been in on our gap year.
None of them are good.
I think number 1 might be the Calgary airport.
I think Calgary
because they have a theme down.
Yeah.
You walk in and you're like, I know I'm in Calgary. There's like rocks on the walls and it's like wood paneling. There's enough windows that I don't feel like I'm dying.
And it's massive.
It's massive, but it's not like the Montreal or DC one. Yeah. Where you are like
in a bunker.
Oh, I'm in a bunker. Yeah. So I say that goes number 1.
I agree. I cannot remember the Toronto airport at all.
I've just been there so many times. It has the Wahlburgers. It has just that long strip, and there's the A&W. There's like Wahlburgers.
I guess. Yeah.
It's just like what I think of when I think of an airport.
Yeah.
And I love it. I have so many memories there. So many good memories. But do you like? What do you think about the Saskatoon airport? Because it's small.
It's small, but it's got what you need for
exactly
your half hour that you're there.
Like I'm never like.
I do like the Saskatoon.
Yeah,
airport,
it's like good size. They have pretty good branding.
Side to side. Yeah, like you're never gonna get lost.
Literally, I can be like, oh, the Tim Hortons is on the very other end of the thing, and I board my plane in 15 minutes, and I'm gonna make it. Yeah, and that's awesome. Mm-hmm. You can't get lost in there.
There's a Starbucks, a Tim's, like a duty-free shop, and then one of those convenience stores.
That's all you need, really, for Saskatoon.
Because you're not going to be there longer than an hour.
You're not going to have a layover there. So I might say second.
I think I agree.
Second. And then I think Toronto. Mm-hmm. The Hartford airport wasn't that bad. I just had a miserable time in it.
I agree.
I would definitely put it before Washington, D.C. Yep. I would absolutely put that last.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you have to question that.
But I haven't been to the Montreal airport yet, but I will.
True.
So you can have your opinion and then I can confirm or deny it.
Yeah, because you'll be in the domestic wing, so you'll see this long hallway that I'm talking about. Because it's on your way back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no. Montreal airport's just like weird, and it's like half of it's under renovation. So
awesome.
It's just in the works, so I wouldn't say it's anything special. But
did we go to Edmonton?
Yeah. You were there for a bit, but I was there for like actually 10 minutes, and we had to board the other plane. It was weird vibes in there, but they had a lot of food options. I think it was I'd put it like after Toronto, honestly. But you were there for like an hour.
I'm trying to think. Is that where I got that cookie? Is that where I got a cookie? Okay. That's literally what made me think of like airports. And I got a cookie from there, and it was like an almond.
It was like bustling in there.
And it was bustling, but I found like a nice little corner, and it had a good view, and the cookie was good. There's a lot of food options. Mm-hmm. I put it after Toronto. So what's our list? Calgary, Saskatoon, Toronto, Edmonton, Montreal, DC.
We thought about Vancouver.
That was kind of weird.
Vancouver airport is bad. There's just like nothing.
Oh boy.
There's not enough there for how big of an airport it is.
And it like when we got to we went to like the bathrooms, like by the exit. We were like on the way to exit, and then we went further. That part, like just the like ceiling. I was like, where?
No, it's kind of crummy. But I don't know what. Probably maybe like dare I say Edmonton, Vancouver, Montreal.
Yeah. I was gonna ask if you think it goes above or below Montreal.
I'd say above Montreal.
Okay.
I think they're the same.
Wasn't under construction.
Yeah.
And it had a little bit of
nice
Vancouver,
view,
like,
yeah.
indigenous art kind of stuff. So that was cool. Is that all the airports we went to?
Yeah. No, I almost said Virginia, but that's just DC. Sorry.
Yeah. And I will have the Iceland Keflavik airport. I'm actually excited. Because I'm like...
It's going to be the same size as Saskatoon.
Like, probably.
Just for a big old plane.
It's, like, the only international airport there, and it's... Yeah. I'm just so excited.
No, I know.
Everything about it is just, like, bring hiking shoes, bring, like rainproof pants, and, like, rain jackets, and, like, all this, and I'm like... I'm not even going on hikes. I'm just, like,
I have... Like, if you need to borrow something.
Maybe. I think I have a rain jacket, but I don't actually know if it's a rain jacket or just, like, a windbreaker.
Mm.
And then I have good shoes. They might get kind of wet, but I'm also not planning to go on, like, big hikes where I'll be outside for a long time. It's more just, like, going for little walks around. Also, found out that you can't swim on the black sand beach. It's, like, the only place you can't swim in Iceland because it's, like...
Too dangerous?
Too dangerous, yeah. And also, it's going to be 10 degrees, so, like, I would not
True.
have fun anyways.
Yeah, I think you're going to be cold the whole time.
And I'm not planning to go to any, like, lagoons or geothermal pools. So I'm like, okay, I don't have to bring a swimsuit. That's more room for something else.
I think you should still bring one.
I know, but also, like, I could buy one there.
Well,
if I really need
but you could also just bring one. That's a pair of underwear. You're so funny. Wear your swimsuit on the plane.
Just on the plane like
literally.
I just need to, like, fake... It feels like 32 degrees outside. I need to fake pack and see if I can actually manage
get
it.
On that, sister.
I know. I have a list. I have my big list of everything. But I have to charge everything. I have to do laundry. One idea I had that we could do, if you think it's a good idea, is I have a couple videos of our first attempts at podcasting. So when we were on the beach and we were talking about how we wanted to podcast.
Like when we went to Chief Whitecap though?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And then when we were in Rowan's little gazebo thing and we set that up for...
I do not
for like 3 minutes. You don't remember that? Well, I thought we could watch it and then I could just cut it up.
Okay.
If it's like boring, or we can just skip it. Which came first?
Chief Whitecap? Actually, no, I don't remember what this gazebo one was.
Yeah. It was like, it was June 2 years ago. June 2021.
Oh, okay.
We can just watch it.
So bad. Well, I should have thought about
You don't have a toilet in your bag?
Yeah. You got a first aid kit, but no toilet?
That does not sound like you.
I know.
Did you have should I pee into the tampon?
Yeah.
This was
Ow. Also, ow. You in a hat. You know that. I got the accent, Jim. And when we got bean. I've never not laughed at that. We got.
Oh, I'm just doing the whole one.
You wouldn't even have a man yet. Give me my back crack.
I know what song you're singing.
Oh, I did it. No. No, I didn't. Do it again. Did you already pee in it? Guys, BRB.
That's Slender Man. I remember I made a highlight reel of that and I posted it on my close friend story.
There was so many videos. This one's like 11 minutes, and I don't know what's funny, which parts are funny. So,
I like don't.
but I think we just intro it by saying like, start.
Oh, should have done a
changing
land
shit.
Oh, you didn't do it. So you just heard that you've been
What did I say? What did I say at all?
You're okay.
Oh, I should have done a landscape.
I just heard that you've been acting up with school a lot, and I don't think you should come on our family road trip to Utah.
We go into a whole bit about...
Oh, okay.
What do we talk about?
It's just gonna be Taryn and I watching this in like 5 minutes. And then in 3 years. Yeah.
So close.
Being like, wow, why did I sit like this? And then immediately delete it.
I do that now.
You need to touch your roots right now.
Look at us. We got jokes. I think it's just that. But then this one is like we actually talk about wanting to have a podcast. This is our first.
I don't remember this. It's funny.
Welcome to our podcast. Women are funny.
That was our original
In our
name
new
idea.
studio that we built.
Wait.
Yeah. With our bare hands. From the ground up. And we own this property. Yeah. And here's Ed Sheeran. Actually, it's definitely one of those ads.
Someone was playing Ed Sheeran.
Oh.
What a good welcome. Basically, we're in our vineyard right now. Yeah. And a soon-to-be vine-covered fence. Is this real?
How long is this video? 3 minutes? Oh, okay.
Jesus.
My hair's so long.
Yeah, it's a
I
beautiful
know, I was
day.
gonna say it's so like
The pool's super
voluminous.
warm.
Yeah.
Just went in the pool. That we own. Yeah. Because we make 6 figures. We just had a massive banger.
Wait, cute. How old is this video?
No masks.
This was like later in the month.
Oh,
This
I
was
was
like
June
3 weeks
2021.
later. Yeah.
Because I was gonna say that is a 16-year-old girl. You are a 16-year-old girl.
Damn, I don't even like.
I'm 17, but like
I'm like that's me, but I'm also like that was me when I was in grade 11.
this was you before you had your license.
No,
Yeah.
I got it a year after this. Cause I got it in March.
Oh yeah. I was 17.
driving.
Yeah, you've been driving for 3 months.
But you had been driving for a year.
Yeah.
Let's see if this gets
You
more
would've
interesting.
been- okay.
No vaccinations. No vaccinations.
Oh.
I actually have COVID right now. Yeah. It's a COVID party.
We're-
Whoever dies first
We got
gets
jokes.
Mm-hmm.
the pot of money.
Wow.
Why are you on your phone? You look like a baby.
You look.
I'm just eating sweatshirt.
When did you look like that?
June 24th of
you have-
2021.
You have someone over, you just make a coffee, you make a little cappuccino, you come out in your robe and slippers. You don't have to wear pants ever, or a shirt. Just a robe and a bathing suit all the time. Yeah. You could probably just be naked. Yeah. As long as you weren't, like, on the hill. Yeah.
Well, you're so logical in our thinking.
That was the first episode of our podcast. Yeah. 3
That's
three
it.
minutes?
Yikes!
That sounds
I
that
would
sounds
like
a
to.
good-
I would like to
amount of
believe that
time.
we've gotten a little bit
Better
more
than that.
interesting. A little bit less
So funny.
like gaps in our conversation, but so that was 2 years ago, and that wasn't when we started wanting to do a podcast. That's when we first did something that was like
Did something.
it was like, you know. So we've had the idea for a while,
Yeah.
and we
True.
finally made it happen.
Yay!
And this is what dreams are made of.
Speaking of songs and movies, we watched the Little Mermaid movie.
Yeah, separately.
Yeah, separately but same night.
I went on a
'Cause-
double date with Carson and my parents to see it.
You literally did though.
Mm-hmm.
Cash and I had the idea first, but
Yeah.
I have so many thoughts about it.
Okay.
But first off, we went to Landmark.
Mm.
I forgot that place feels like an actual warehouse and has the
Yeah.
worst energy ever. It's just so quiet.
Yeah.
But the snack pack at Landmark, the little popcorn, and it's not like a little drink. It's just a small drink. So it's like it was
Oh.
like perfect. And then I had peanut M&Ms and it was $11. And I was like, this is the best experience of my life.
Yeah.
And then it's got the recliner seats too, and I was like, okay, this is nice. But the movie was supposed to start at 7. Kasha wanted to get there so early, so we were there at like 6:50, and then, or 6:50, just after, and then the commercials were playing. At 7 o'clock, the commercial stopped playing, and it was just a black screen. The lights were still on, no audio or anything. And then someone spilt their drink, and so an employee came at like almost quarter after and was like mopping it up. And everyone, or some mom was like, do you know when the movie's supposed to start? And he was like, oh, when was it supposed to start? And she was like, 15 minutes ago. He's like, okay, I'll look into that. And I'm like, yeah, you don't care, you're 16. But then like 5 minutes after that, an employee came in and was like, just an update, like we're having some projector issues, but we're getting a manager to look at it. It should be on in the next like 5 to 10 minutes. And so the commercials resumed at like almost 7:30. And then we still had to watch the commercials. And Cash was so pissed off, and she was like, I want to go home. Then this movie was 2 hours and 15 minutes, and it's starting at like 40 minutes later. Like, I'm pissed off, and I was like,
I was wondering why you texted the group chat so late.
Yeah. But yeah, so the movie actually started at 7:40, and I was like, this is a new record.
And you didn't take a nap for 40 minutes?
I know. But yes, okay, so the movie, I walked in wanting to hate it because I was like, I think this is just gonna be bad, and I need to think more critically about movies now because I have friends who are movie critics. But then afterwards I was like, okay, I forgot that this was my favorite Disney movie, and like it is bringing a sense of nostalgia, and I was like, okay, I do like it. Also, like, Halle Bailey is just so beautiful, and her singing was so good.
I literally had insane chills.
No,
like, part of your world, I was like, and then the
rock
thing,
because
I was
so
like,
good.
I was like, this better be good. And then me and Kirsten both said when she was like crawling up the rock and she was like doing this, we were like, what the fuck? But then when it actually hit it, I was like, oh, that's like the best way they could have done that. That was good.
It was so, Cash and I just looked at each other and we were like, oh my god. I could not be more happy with how that specific scene turned out. Also, like, Prince Eric, I'm so glad they gave him an accent. It made him so much better.
And like a personality too. That's my mom's favorite Disney movie and favorite Disney prince.
Okay.
And she was like,
let's be real.
Eric, and I was like, oh my god, you're boring. But I think they made him way more interesting. Yeah. And like he looks exactly like how I would imagine. And I like how they added they added some things, like just little things in the plot where I was like, that's makes so much sense that they added that. Like they took away the contract, so Ariel can't whatever, and then the way she explained her name was really cute. That was so cute. Afterwards, Kasha was like, aww. That was cute. And just things that like or like how he collected treasure from the sea and she collected treasure from the outside world, and they kept talking about it and stuff. I was like, oh, you're actually showing that they're compatible, and it's not just like some 21-year-old guy and a 16-year-old girl. He's like, oh my god, she saved my life. I don't know. They had a lot of chemistry. They did. And if they didn't, I probably would have hated it. Yeah. No, and like they gave more like personality, like Ariel like becoming like seeing like human culture. Like her dancing. Yeah, all like the Caribbean influence was so fun. I was like, this makes so much sense and it's so fun. I know. But I'm also like, where in the world is this supposed to, like, why is there so many different accents? But because also Ursula says the winds of the Caspian Sea, and I was like, yeah, where? That's the like biggest lake in the world. That's like a sea like by Iran and stuff. It's like landlocked. Oh. But I'm like, that wouldn't make any sense at all. I think it was just a saying. But I heard that and I was like, also speaking of Ursula, Melissa McCarthy did so good. I was like, wait, I'm actually really loving like her voice. Mm-hmm. She got like spot on. Yeah. And the poor Portia's souls, I was like and just also like some of the little like comedic parts where she would be like in character and then someone would say something and she'd kind of flip into like what, and then she'd go back into like the voice of the character. I was like, that's Melissa McCarthy. She's so funny. No, I was just so happy with that. And then human Ursula I was just like, you had 2 minutes of screen time and you did what you had to do. And also she looked like the
cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is insane, and I'm so happy with how this is going. But then Sebastian and Scuttle existed.
Scuttle. Oh god.
I was so that
is one thing that I think most of the jokes didn't land. The original movie is funny.
Mm-hmm.
And this one wasn't funny, even when they had the same jokes or when they added different jokes. And I was like, I don't know what it is. I think the whole point, like, what didn't sell it for me completely was that the performances didn't seem as, like, animated or, like, dramatic. Like, it was...
Yeah.
Which is fine because it's people and it's not, like... You have way more free reign when it's animated. But I'm like, if you're recreating something, like... You shouldn't have a monotone performance. And that's why Ursula was so good, because, like, she hit all the, you know, the dramatic flares or whatever. But I also think some of, like, the shots or, like, the editing, it felt like in Part of Your World and Poor Unfortunate Souls specifically, I felt like it would just be on the person and they would sing, like, 3 lines, and then it would just move to a different location and just be on them and they'd sing 3 lines, whatever. Yeah. And I was like, this isn't dynamic enough.
Yeah. There's, like, King Triton, I was also like, can you give us something, dude? Like, he looked like an underwater king or whatever. And, like,
yeah, he looked the part.
But I was like, I need you to have some more emotion here, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was just really like, come on.
And like, yeah, he's supposed to have kind of, like, banter with Sebastian.
Yeah.
And it just never happened. Like, it was the same dialogue. It just wasn't, like, funny.
No, and also, like, it's time to be real. You ruined my life. The guy who voiced Sebastian is American.
Daveed Diggs. Yeah.
Yeah. And Kasha, like, turned over and she's like, he does not have a Jamaican accent.
No, like, it sounds like putting on an accent. Yeah. But Lin-Manuel Miranda did the music, so Daveed Diggs had to be in the musical. He's in Hamilton.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. I was like, I don't get where this is going. Okay, that makes more sense. And, like, he didn't do a bad job, but it was just, like, some of the...
No, you could tell that wasn't his natural accent.
The dialogue in the beginning, I was like, okay. But not Part of Your World, Under the Sea. And I was like, okay, I'm having fun.
I actually loved... The song was fine. Like, I didn't, like, love it. I liked how she added a little flair to whatever, but just the visuals. And I was watching, I was like, why do I love this so much? And then I was like, oh, it's just music playing and choreography. And that gets me every single time.
Choreography of Starfish.
Literally. When they started dancing, I was like, I fucking love this!
No, I was like, wait, this is actually so much fun. And, like, that was when I was more grateful for the, like, realism. Like, the real, like, those are creatures in the ocean that made them look so pretty and fun.
But then they're also, like, dancing.
Yeah.
Like, when the turtles were going like this.
That was so funny.
That was, like, the only part where I, like, laughed out loud.
Yeah. I was like,
the way they were
No, I was like, this is going for so long.
It's so fun.
No, I'm just like, this is bringing me back to my dolphin phase and my mermaid, my H2O watching phase.
Carson leaned over to me and he was like, can we play mermaids after this?
Like, please. I want to be in a lake so bad. Oh, I'm maxing out my microphone. No, I was very happy with that.
Carson loved Eric.
Yeah.
Immediately. Because the movie hadn't even started, or he wasn't even on screen yet, and I was like, you have to tell me your thoughts on Prince Eric, because he has blue eyes.
Yeah.
So, I can appreciate it, but it's not going to do it for me.
No.
But then Carson was just like, oh, wow.
No, he was pretty.
Yeah. You could definitely tell he comes from, like, a theater background.
Yeah. No,
which worked.
His Uncharted Waters song, I was like, okay, Eric.
Okay, Eric.
Just keep going. Let's go. Also, the shipwreck scene was... Like, the ship scenes, I thought were good. Like...
the shipwreck.
Or, like, the shipwreck, and even just them, like, bantering on the ship. I was like, these are pirates.
That's a pirate if I've ever seen them.
As a Prince Philip pirate.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that I saw the Evan Hardy Little Mermaid, because some of the songs... I think some of the songs in there, but, like... There's a song that Scuttle sings in the Broadway version that is, like, the best song in the whole thing. But then they made
Fucked
a rap.
It up. Yeah.
That was like...
When they were rapping,
I could stop laughing.
I was, like, Cash and I were both like, I'm overwhelmed.
And, like, I know that Carson likes Lin-Manuel Miranda, so I was like, I can't even laugh too hard.
Yeah.
But, like, this is And then when Sebastian comes in, he's rapping, and he's using his claws like this. I was like, I actually can't handle this.
No. Also, why'd they use the scariest bird for Scuttle?
Yeah, that's not a seagull. That's not what a seagull looks like. I've seen plenty of seagulls.
I'm like, did they have to use a bird that
was
can
like
go
a
underwater?
Or something? Maybe.
But
seagulls are water
make
birds.
the eyes look a little less scary.
I don't also Skittle didn't need to go underwater. They did that whole underwater thing in the movie. They're above water. And then Flounder's always like he can do that.
Kasha loved Flounder because it's Jacob Tremblay.
Yeah.
Which is so funny.
But I don't think that anyone can dispute that, like, how good Hallie was for that role. Which is actually perfect.
And I'm just like, you're just so, like, pretty and, like, cute. And I just want to pinch your cheeks.
And I was like, I know that she's good at singing, but then I was like, is she going to be good at acting? And then she was. And then...
Well, she was in, like, Grownish and stuff.
Yeah, true. I just had never seen, so I didn't know if she was actually good or not. But now she's, like, a lead in The Color Purple.
Oh, yeah.
You see that? And I was like, yes! She's staying booked.
Literally. Get away from Chloe, respectfully. I'm sorry.
Chloe's a producer. Hallie's an actress.
Well, Chloe collabs with Chris Brown.
Oh, right. Okay.
Also, I feel like in or like whenever Chloe started first making music, Kasha would always send them to me and be like, why is she doing this? Like, she's so talented. Why is she doing this specifically?
Yeah.
Like, because the Ungodly Hour, Chloe and Hallie album, is the best thing I've ever heard in my life.
Did she produce that?
I have no idea, but she sang in it. And I'm like,
yeah,
you have... like, why are you doing this?
When I was listening, like, in The Little Mermaid, when I would hear Hallie singing, I'd be like, oh, I just want to listen to Chloe and Hallie.
I know. It's just not fair. But I did like the movie. Also,
yeah, I just wasn't expecting you to like it so much.
No, I was like, fine, fine, I'll love it. But I really didn't like King Triton. I'm sorry, I didn't.
No. Javier Bardem.
I needed him to be scarier. I was like,
yeah, it just more. Everyone needed to be more animated. Ursula was pretty good, and Hallie did a good job because, yeah, like she didn't need to be. She just needed to be like cute and it worked.
Also, the eels, Ursula's eels were terrifying.
Yeah, but they should have talked.
Yeah.
Because they didn't talk.
Or should have just, like, hissed or something.
They'd done anything.
Like, guys, you're fucking eels.
The Prince Eric song did remind me of, what is it? Evermore from the Beauty and the Beast. I don't know if he actually sings it in the movie, the live-action Beauty and the Beast, but that song's fucking good. Josh Groban, shout out to you, man.
Shout out to you, man. I'm just thinking, I haven't seen any of the live action Disney movies besides Little Mermaid. I haven't seen like Jungle Book, Cinderella, Maleficent.
Cinderella, I think, is pretty good. I haven't seen it in a long time, but it strayed away from the original. It was kind of darker, I think. Maleficent is really good because it's a whole new story, pretty much. It's focusing on Maleficent. There's 2 movies, they're both good. Beauty and the Beast.
And Aladdin. I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, probably never will. Unless I'm, like, forced to. Beauty and the Beast, like, Emma Watson was Belle, but she isn't a singer.
Yeah.
So the songs are, like, auto-tuned. And her dress was ugly at the end. And it was also...
And her dress was ugly.
And it didn't do anything... It didn't do anything extra. I literally do not want them to make a live-action Princess and the Frog. Because you're not gonna. Because
they're gonna use real frogs.
The Firefly's gonna look, the Firefly's gonna look like a real Firefly, and Prince Naveen isn't gonna be hot enough because you can't.
They're gonna use a white person,
literally. And Tiana's gonna be mixed, and
it's gonna be based in Boston or something.
Like, that's just like, don't touch it. No. Don't touch it. I am excited for the, like, animated series that's supposed to come out sometime. I don't know when.
I don't know.
But, like, I'm waiting. That movie's just so good. Like, I actually... Don't touch it. Just leave it be. Like, in my mind, Aladdin didn't even get a live action. Yeah. Alice in Wonderland. Those ones seen that. What? I've seen those so many times. Or like the first.
She loves Johnny Depp.
Shut up, guys. I don't. I used to, and then I changed. Okay.
My back hurts so bad.
Yeah, I'm sitting in these fucking chairs. Oh, another thing. Or should we just do Obsession of the Week?
Well, what's your other thing?
I was just gonna ask. I was thinking about like the popular viral songs that came out when we were younger, like Crazy Frog and Gangnam Style. What does the fox say? All those ones. Mm-hmm. Do you remember like when they came out, and also like were you into them, or were you like too cool for them, or did you even like was that even on your radar?
Okay, well, Gangnam Style I like had on, the fuck was that app called? iTube or something? Where you could like download music videos and like listen to them offline. So yeah, I listened to Gangnam Style because I remember specifically being in Leah's room and her brothers came in and were like, Krista, can you play Gangnam Style? And they just started
with the person.
Yeah, literally. No, like, or at least one of them came in and we were just like listening to Gangnam Style. I'm like 9. It was really funny.
I don't remember anything about that song besides I was in 4th grade and we had the teacher's aide, and so every once in a while she would teach a class. So we went to the senior boot room and it was like gym or whatever, we had to learn the Gangnam Style dance, and it was like my like 45 50-year-old teacher aide doing the dance and me being like, this is corny. I think like I liked the song, but now I'm like embarrassed.
But now it's just too much story behind it.
Well, what did the fox say?
Yeah, I did watch that one.
That was my identity for a while.
No, that was one that was brought up a lot, like in Prince Philip. Like people
grade 4 Halloween, I was dressed up as a pirate. And I can't remember if I requested it to be put on, but we like on the projector we were watching music videos, and that was kind of Halloween-y. So I remember listening to that and being like, I know all the lyrics.
Yeah.
And I love this song, and I love foxes. Everybody look at me.
No, I do remember my music teacher being like, yeah, that song, what does the fox say? This fox do make a sound. And he like would always imitate it every time.
They scream. Oh, I could do it before. Remember?
Yeah.
I gotta watch that video again.
Crazy Frog, no. That's all you.
Oh, Crazy Frog. That was like way earlier.
Crazy Frog.
Mr. Crazy Frog. That was way earlier. I remember it wasn't even Axel F that I got into. Saying this like it's like a real artist.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like the like that one. It was the We Are the Champions version. And me and my sibling and my dad, I remember listening to that, and then my dad and our desktop computer downstairs. I remember I would put on We Are the Champions, the original, because I was like, I looked it up, being like the Crazy Frog song, and then I was like, there's an original, and then I just watched it over and over again and wrote down the lyrics to try and learn every single lyric, and then I went to school and I was like, guys, I know all the lyrics to this song. I still
That's
do
a level
that.
of dedication.
I still do that.
I would not.
Some things.
I'm still like that.
Sometimes. What's another one?
No.
The Minions.
Okay, Obsession of the Week. Let's wrap this.
You don't want to talk about 4th grade music anymore?
Because you're going to know too much about it.
I do. That's why I brought it up. What's your obsession of the week?
My obsession, like, honestly, might be Little Mermaid, or at least Halle Bailey in general. I'm going to be listening to Ungodly Hour a lot.
What's your favorite song off that album? I haven't listened to it so long.
Probably Busy Boy or Ungodly Hour, honestly. Busy Boy, Busy Boy.
I like Forgive Me.
Yeah.
That's what it's called, right?
Yeah. No, at the end they get like, goodbye, you stay wasted time. Oh, I forgot about that. Get you every time like la 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 la. Oh, ooh, I have goosebumps just thinking. That song
just
is
from
really
us
good.
singing it.
Yeah.
Mine is I just yesterday, because we recorded the last episode 2 days ago, so I've had 2 days to come up with a new. obsession of the week. I started listening to my Italian American music from the 50s. My playlist that I was super into in October and November. Started listening to that again, and it just makes me so happy. God bless the Italian people. Am I right?
Okay, we have to go to Italy at some point.
Guys. Everyone, we need like what's 1,000 minus 35? That many followers, and then we can monetize this account, and then we can pay for a trip to Italy.
Absolutely.
So we're almost there. It's like 700 or 965. There we go.
700, guys. We'll get there.
Yeah. So if you're watching this on the day it comes out, I'm in Iceland.
Fuck me then.
And Chris is probably here.
Probably.
She's probably at a beach.
Yeah.
She's probably at a beach.
Yeah. I'm probably sleeping in my backyard.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. Have fun in Iceland, Taryn.
Thanks.
What was I? You guys say something about the weather.
You know, there's only 2 seasons in Saskatoon. Summer. No,
yeah. Yeah.
End this. It's over.
Bye.
Bye.
Ow.
Oh. Oh. Can I have my USB back?
Yes. Fine.